What is going on, you guys? It's your host, Galadon. It's another episode of Clash Royale, and today, I have to tell you, this is one of the most fun things I've ever seen done and have been able to do myself in Clash Royale. It's absolutely crazy. The idea of destroying somebody's King's Tower first and winning the battle without touching the other two Crown Towers, or at least without destroying them, is something that we honestly haven't seen since the beginnings of the game. Now, shout out to Nick at Night, who back in the day, in the very first days of Clash Royale, back in beta, he used to do it with rockets, fireball, lightning. He would just go full spells on your King's Tower and beat you. Yeah, you would try to push on his towers, he would defend a little bit, and then he would just bombard your King's Tower, and with sheer damage he would do it. Now that doesn't really work anymore, but check that out right there. Yes, P-Dog11 from FA Topaz is gonna do it in one push! Are you kidding me? In one push? Okay, now we're gonna get back and we're gonna watch this again and again. We're gonna watch some other attempts at this, but it's technically Goblin Barrel, Rage, Mirror, Clone. Not necessarily in that order. Okay, now somehow, I mean, that battle was fast, you guys. I realize it was almost over before it started. But it is so entertaining to watch when that works out. Now, of course, in the day and age of logs and Electro Wizards and the Executioner and Zap spells, you have to be careful. This is one of those tactics that there's not going to be a lot of times you can pull it off. You've got to catch two things. Number one, your opponent has to be very low on elixir. And number two, they have to not have those big, hard counter cards ready, like Zap, Fireball, Arrows. There's so many of them to count. So there's not a lot of instances where this is going to work out. But when it does, it's absolutely epic. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I mean, if this were on the My Fun Deck series, P-Dog and Mr. Cliffy would be getting 9 Golden Butts each. Here it comes. One Goblin Barrel, second Goblin Barrel. Rage goes down first, then the Clone spell. And now his opponent is able to counter. He throws a lot down, but check it out. That's about half of the King's Tower in one try. And the opponent, forced to counter, you don't really know if you're going to be able to coordinate that counter to make it into a counter push, right? Because you're just panicked. You're just trying to throw stuff down because you know you're going to lose your King's Tower if you're not careful. So Mr. Cliffy, one try, he's got about half the King's Tower down, but he's got 90 seconds left. And of course he's going to try it again. So we're going to see what happens here. In come the Elite Barbarians. They're going to get countered. And again, these decks work out well as Zap bait decks because once you've pulled out his Zap, his cards that are going to hard counter that Mirror, Goblin Barrel, Rage, Clone, Drop combination, then you know your opponent is in trouble. Here it goes, Mr. Cliffy, 10 elixir, 1 Goblin Barrel, second Goblin Barrel, Rage spell goes down, and finally the Clone. Well, okay, the Clone was a little late. So obviously this is going to work better either A, with Elixir Collectors up pumping for you, or B, in double Elixir. Not anywhere near the damage on that second try that he got on the first try, but he's not given up yet. Now, Mr. Cliffy admitted to me that this took him a few tries and a few gems in challenge battles to get there. Obviously, you're counting on the element of surprise. If you can do this in one big push, that's the best way to do it, because every opponent is going to be expecting you to try this again. So here it goes. He baited out the Zap, in come the Goblin Barrels, down goes the Rage, and check out the damage. I heard the Clone spell in there too. Just about finishing off that tower. And again, the counter push all over the place. Elite Barbs are going to get stomped right there as the Skarmy gets in behind. He rotates around again to that Zap spell, and that means, yes, again, you're not going to be ready to counter that Goblin Barrel. As time counts down, Mr. Cliffy, get ready. Miners are coming in. There goes the Goblin Barrels. 1 and then 2. The Rage spell is down. Even with the Skarmy down there. Oh, okay. So the Skarmy worked. Alright, so let's not get excited. We're in overtime. Splitting Elite Barbs, interesting strategy. Mr. Cliffy's ready though. He's got to just get one more push. Good use of the tornado right there, like in the previous video. We were talking about pulling with a tornado from both lanes. That's exactly what he did. In comes the Miner to stop the Executioner, but you know Mr. Cliffy is thinking endgame right here. Goblin Barrel in front. Goblin Barrel, another one. There's the Rage spell, and this time with the Clone. Alright, He can't get it done either. But it's coming. We got 2 minutes left. He's trying to get there. Again, it's a matter of, oh, here it goes. Another Goblin Barrel when you least expect it. And this time they get it done. That is it. Mr. Cliffy grabs the 3-0 win in overtime. That is something you'll almost never see. Okay, so I was bound and determined to try to replicate this myself. And believe it or not, this happened during a live stream. If you guys are not watching me live stream, you're missing out. I'm just telling you right now. You gotta check out my live streams. They get a little bit crazy. I get a little bit caffeinated, and we have a lot of fun. Sometimes for hours. Okay, so again, here we are, and I'm planning everything behind getting the Mirror Clone Goblin Rage spell deck thing dropped in behind the King's Tower. Now with this starting hand, it didn't look good, and I definitely didn't want to use it right off the start. You want to wait, A, until you're at double elixir, B, until the hard counter cards are out of rotation, and C, when your opponent has dropped something big. In this case, we're looking for either the Elite Barbs or that Giant, or maybe the Elixir Collector. In come the Elite Barbs on the right-hand side. I've already got 2 Executioners up. Good use of the Tornado right there. Now, I'm using Mr. Cliffy's deck for this. I'm using the exact same cards that Mr. Cliffy used in that last battle. And again, I'm just playing defense right now. It's not about getting to either one of those crown towers. I don't care if I so much as touch them. I'm just going to focus on defense, staying back, and keeping him from wiping me out. Here the goblins go in. We're trying to go after that Elixir Collector. Didn't work out so well. The Executioner just annihilated them, and so pretty big gala fail right there. But hey, at least we didn't wake up the King's Tower yet. Not that that matters. Okay, so we've got to stop this counter push on the left-hand side, and we're going to work on that Executioner. The Giant is going to get there eventually. Skeleton Army, luckily, is going to skirt around the Executioner. That worked out really well. But watch out, right lane, Dragon and Elite Barbarians coming down right for the tower. Luckily, we squeeze in the Skarmy, maybe a little bit early, but it's going to work out. Stuffing those Elite Barbs almost completely. The Tornado doing the rest of the job. And look at that, not even a single shot on the tower. Double pumping is my opponent, though. So we know double elixir. Here we go. We have everything but the mirror up. We're going to go ahead and throw the Goblin Barrel at the Elixir Collector on the left-hand side. He is going to counter with the Executioner, but we do get damage in this time. We're just trying to keep him under control. We're trying to keep him reeled in. Here comes his Giant. I am still on the defense. I'm waiting for that opportunity. All sorts of people are watching me. That is a big push coming down the left-hand lane. We are in a lot of trouble. In goes the log. In goes another log. And surprisingly, Executioner and a couple of logs pretty much did the trick. Now, we're still waiting for that ideal moment to pull this off, and it really hasn't come yet. You'll notice I haven't done it directly on the King's Tower yet, even though my opponent pretty much knows all the cards that I have. I don't think he's expecting me to go after the King's Tower, so we're waiting, we're lying in wait, waiting for that moment that we can pounce, and we're getting down into overtime. He's pushing on both lanes, Elite Barbs and Fire Spirits this time. Luckily, Tornado, beautiful job, lets the Skarmy squeeze in. We're going into overtime, and we've stuffed his push on both lanes right here. Although we are behind on hit points, it doesn't matter, because here it comes. 1 Goblin Barrel, 2 Goblin Barrels, the Rage spell, here comes the Clone spell, they're on the King's Tower. Look at the damage, it just goes! Absolutely wiping that tower out. Almost instantaneous 3-crown win, and I went nuts in the stream. You guys, you had to be there. Too much fun. Possibly my favorite strategy of all time. 1 push, 3 crowns. Alright, you guys. Now I need to take a moment to be serious. The other day I put out a video about Clash Royale strategy, and I don't understand what's happening in the comments. So for the first time, I'm seeing these really strange comments like, I haven't laughed so hard in ages from Sengir Industries, and I'm looking back and I'm trying to think of what was so funny in this video, and it's just not striking me. Until I heard Galadon say the title of the video, I didn't notice the pun. After I realized the pun, I was dying from laughter. Okay, your jokes and this whole video was genius. Well, thank you, but again, looking for the jokes, you guys. I'm going to need a little bit of help with this. LOL Galadon and those jokes. Absolutely love this video. Again, I'm a little bit confused and distracted by your profile picture. Zaid Aboudi says it sounds like he is saying unprotected and then it's some sort of typo. I have no idea what that was. Thankfully, there were a couple of quality comments about the strategy. Tay says, I was finally able to save up money for some good sets. My minion horde is level 8 now. Congratulations. And then Matt Thompson says, thank you, Galadon, for giving us all super tactical dialogue and highly informative videos. Thank you so much. You understand me. Thank you again, you guys, for sticking around to the end of this video. Hashtag Galafam. Love you all. See you tomorrow. And of course, full attack.
Galadon, don't you... Oh, never mind.